What's up, you guys? Just wanted to come on here and give you guys the picks for today, January 7th. Sunday, we got a lot of NFL action today. The usual, so it's the last week of the NFL season. So we got a couple games that mean a lot to some teams and then a couple games that don't mean a lot to some teams, but it doesn't really matter to us. We can always bet on them and do our correlated betting as we normally do. So this is the first play for today. We have the Saints versus the Falcons, and in that we got Derek Carr and Taylor Heineke both going over passing yards, and then we have two receiving threats on each team going over receiving yards. So that's how we do correlation here, as we kind of pick one player, such as like the quarterbacks here, and then we tie them together with other players on that team. So if one thing happens, then it's a lot more likely that another thing will happen. And the best thing to do there for correlation for the NFL is quarterback and passing and receiving yards together, because if one thing happens, then the other thing is a lot more likely to happen. So yeah, we have Derek Carr, and then we have Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed, and then we have Heineke, and then we have Drake London and Kyle Pitts all going over. So what we're hoping for is a shootout, a close game, back and forth, and a lot of passing. If that happens, then hopefully we can hit the 6 out of 6, and that would be a 25x on your money on PrizePicks. So that's the first pick for today. That's the 12 o'clock game. So get that in. The second 12 o'clock game is going to be Detroit versus the Minnesota Vikings, and we pretty much have the same thing, except down here we have a running back, and I'll get to that. But we have Jared Goff, we have Nick Mullins going over pass yards, and then we have two receiving threats on the Vikings going over receiving yards and receptions, and then we have Gibbs going over rush yards, and then we have Ty Chandler going under rush yards. So if all of that happens, then we'll be a 6 out of 6 here. So yeah, looking for a high-scoring game out of these teams. Not the best defenses in this game. So yeah, this is the second play for today on PrizePicks. Get this in also just because the noon games are coming up. Third play today is going to be Dallas versus the Commanders. Should be a good game here too. A lot of, at least the Commanders have a really not great defense, so the Dallas Cowboys should be able to, cut through them pretty easily. So that's why I have 4 Cowboys on this slip here, just because I think that the Cowboys the Cowboys offense is gonna go off. So yeah, same thing here. We have Dak, we have Howell going over pass yards, and then for the Cowboys we have Cooks, we have Ferguson, and we have CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb's gonna just be over receptions for this one, and then we have Terry McLaurin going over receiving yards. So yeah, I'm really confident in the Dallas offense in this game. I think they should be able to put up a ton of points on them. So if they can throw to these guys, then that would be great for us. And then hopefully Washington, or how I see it is Washington's going to get behind early, and then Sam Howell's just going to have to throw pretty much every down to Terry McLaurin and a lot of his receivers that all kind of get the same amount of yards. But I did pick Terry McLaurin for this one just because he normally does decent against the Cowboys. So yeah, here's the third pick for today. This is in the afternoon games at 3:25. Fourth PrizePicks here is going to be Green Bay versus Chicago. This is a really, really big game. This is for Green Bay to make the playoffs, and then it's also for the Bears. I don't know if the Bears get any draft capital, but they definitely want to stop Green Bay from making the playoffs because they're huge rivals. But yeah, we have Jordan Love, we have Fields going over pass yards, and then for Green Bay we have Watson and Dobbs going over receiving yards, and then for the Bears we have Equanimeous St. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown's brother, and then we have Tyler Scott going over receiving yards. So these are really low lines, so this would just be a catch or two for these guys. And yeah, a low line for Fields too, just because he's doesn't get a ton of yards in the air. But should be a good game, should be a close one and hard fought and all that. So this one definitely means a lot to these two teams. So going to go with this one for another afternoon game, and then for the night game we have the Dolphins versus the Bills, and this is going to be the last PrizePick slip for today, and then I have 2 underdog plays for you. So with this one With PrizePicks, by the way, if you click the pinned comment and you enter the code RFF, actually, if you click the comment, it should automatically fill it to RFF. But if you deposit $100 with PrizePicks, you'll get a free $100 from them. So you can start out with $200. So yeah, just put in $100 and you'll get a free $100 added to your account. Really easy to start your account that way. And then I would just put like $5 on each of these plays and kind of build up from there. But yeah, going over this Dolphins-Bills game, we have Tua, we have Josh Allen going over pass yards, and then we have Tyreek going over receiving yards, and then we have Diggs, Dalton Kincaid, and James Cook going over receiving yards, with Kincaid being over receptions. So yeah, this also should be a high-scoring game, shootout type game, two high-powered offenses. So excited about this one. This is a pretty big matchup here. And then now moving on to Underdog. So yeah, Underdog, what I like to do is I like to maybe take like alternate lines too. So we already took a play with this Detroit versus Minnesota game, but this would just be kind of the opposite of that, where it'd be a lot of rushing happening. So yeah, it'd be lower pass yards for the two quarterbacks and lower pass TDs for Nick Mullins, higher rush yards for Gibbs, and then higher tackles for these players that may get involved in the run and stuff like that. So yeah, this would kind of be like more of a running game. But yeah, this would be a 5 out of 5 on Underdog, and then we also have the same code with Underdog, and you can do the same thing, $100 for a $100 match. Last play for today is the Cowboys-Washington game once again. And yeah, pretty much same thing. I see Sam Howell going over pass yards, and then I see the Cowboys just absolutely dominating. So it's the same thing, just slightly different lines here. Like we have Ferguson over receptions, and we have Dak over pass TDs instead of yards, and then Cook's rush plus receiving yards instead of just receiving yards, I think it was. But yeah, for Cowboys here, these guys should dominate the Commanders with their offense. And yeah, excited about this play here, another 5 out of 5 on Underdog. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoyed. I'll be making a video tomorrow about the national championship game, Washington versus Michigan. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, use those codes, and yeah, everyone have a great day.